Hello, players of Solarcraft. This is Nick Solari here, and I am going to be presenting to you the October server update. These are updates that we are going to be doing every month to show our players what exactly goes on the owner or the admin side of Solarcraft, so that everyone knows what it takes to run a server and where all of their money is going, etc. So the first thing we're going to look into is some server builds. Um, our opening picture here is of Spawn, and as you can see, we've added a new building to Spawn, and that is Nolan's Hall. We've also added a new award to our website called the Nolan Kinsley Award, and that award is given to the staff member of that month who does the best job of showing what it means to be a staff member at Solarcraft. That award comes with a tag that sticks with the player on the website for a month and is a great honor. To the left of this building, you will notice a giant mushroom. This is because Nolan Kinsley himself has decided to come onto the server and begin to construct his most famous project, now known as Shroomopolis. It was previously known as Shroomtown, a project with which Nolan and I worked on together on another server, and Nolan has since then moved servers, and now that he has operator permissions, he is able to do a much more successful job at constructing his dream mushroom city here at Solarcraft. And it's really a great thing to have the city on this server. As you can see with these pictures, this mushroom here is the mother shroom of the city, and it is just massive. I can't even render this mushroom all at once. It is so huge, and I believe that we are going to allow players to build on in certain sections of this city when we finish. But that's just a on server project, in-game project that Nolan and I are working on right now. These are some houses and buildings at Warp North. We still have streets, empty streets. We need houses built there, and so that's a project that the staff is still working on right now. Is finishing up buildings and houses to purely for scenery at Warp North. And then here we have a picture of the Hanging Gardens, which I moved to Warp South, and I think it looks really nice there. I'm worried that the Inception pyramid is still a little too tall, but that's something we can look into another time. And as for our builders, congratulations to Kevin Rui and Keaton JD. Here's a picture of some things they've actually constructed. We have a statue and some cool castles and houses, and they've been great so far. They've been building some pretty awesome things. And just a reminder to all of you people out there who would like to be builders, you can always apply on our website. There's an application, and builders can spawn wolves, although it has a cooldown, and they can fly, use fly command. We don't just give builder out if you have a cool house, though. It's really something you need to build a project for your builder application, and it needs to be unique and creative, and the larger the scale, honestly, the better. But this really is an exclusive rank. It's not something we just give out to everyone, so please keep that in mind if you are making an application. As for Minecraft 1.4.1, it's scheduled to be released on Thursday, October 25th, 2012, and the server will update to a no-rules vanilla survival map with the same old save, and this is only for a few days. Of course, there are a couple exceptions. As for no rules, you still can't advertise other servers, and you still can't swear or use foul language or be really rude or racist to other players. That's just not acceptable, and that's never going to be okay on Solarcraft. But while we are updating our server files and our plugins, which should only take 3 to 4 days, we are going to make sure that our server updates right away. So when you see that, just go for it. When you see, would you like to update now? Don't wait. Just go for it, because Solarcraft is going to update as soon as we can. And have fun, have a blast. Stealing and griefing, all that stuff is all allowed. But the idea is that you get it out of your system, though, that you don't continue to break the rules after we revert back to the old state, and we will make it very clear when that happens. Um, and you'll probably notice because spawn won't be all destroyed, as I'm sure it probably will. But we will update to no plugins, so no protections or any of those things. But don't worry, because all your old stuff is still going to be saved, and that's what we're going to re-upload when we have finished all of our work. And so I thank you in advance for your patience while we get through this process, if it takes a little longer. And we are going to do our best to make this a smooth and fun transition. That's why we're updating right away, so you can check out the new update, so you can have fun and mess around. And then as soon as we can, we're going to get things all back to normal. But we thought this would just be a fun way to transition into the new update, and I hope it will be. Our financial report. Solarcraft is not doing so well financially right now. We can take a look at some numbers right here. So this is a chart of our server finances, and the red line represents where we should be around. The blue line represents the status of income or outcome that is coming and going, and underneath you can see the things that we are paying for, or the services that we are receiving, and what is causing all this money to go in and out. Now, our first data point on there is the investor, and the investor does not expect that we give him a return on that money that is higher than $1,000 necessarily, but he does want us to stay around $1,000, and it is important that we don't dip below $700. Right now, as you can see at the end of that blue line, we're at $706, but as of Marco JC98's most recent donation, we have been raised up to $711. That's a small improvement, but it does help, and it is appreciated. If we don't raise $133 by the 25th of next month, Solarcraft may have to close. I can pay for the engine site and DMCA protection out of my own pocket, but if we hit the 25th of next month and we haven't raised the necessary funds, we will go too far below $700, and the plug will get pulled on us. That would be a really unfortunate situation, and I'd love to not even have to think about that. But I understand that a lot of you dedicated players just can't donate, and that's totally fine. And if there's one thing you can do for the server, it's to tell your friends, and tell your friends to tell their friends, and say, hey buddy, when you tell your friends, tell them to tell their friends. Because then what happens is more and more people start hearing about Solarcraft. And then it's not only more likely that someone will donate if you have more people, but also more people could donate less money per player and still give more than enough for the server to survive, and then we can improve to provide an even better Minecraft experience. So thank you for watching, and again, I'm going to try and do these videos every month on around the 25th when I update my staff, which is another post that you will see very shortly on the website, and when I pay for the server, and a lot of server stuff is happening. Again, I think this is important because I think that server owners everywhere should just be transparent with their players and tell them what's going on and where their money's going and the changes that are upcoming. So I hope that the update goes smoothly and that everyone has a good time, and happy mining, and I'll see you on the server.